Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Bitcoin just broke under 77,000. I caught the short, but today, and I'm going to set up again because we're at 76,888. So they will come and buy the dip. Let's take a screenshot. They always buy the dip. They love the dip. I don't know where all the nachos are for this dip. So let's make this so we could see it. I don't know why it's so ginormous. Look at that. It's a terrible screenshot. If you were a picture of a woman, that would be horrible. Stock market's going down. 888. This is the psychological cue. They always buy at this point. I'm on the Bitunix exchange, by the way. Let's move this all the way over here. Screenshots are so important. But what I want to do is I want to teach you, usually, they're going to buy the dip. We're going to wait for them at the top of the hill. Watch. At 77,000. All right. Oops. I guess that's the future. 77,000. This is Bitunix. This is open to everyone. It's a great exchange. Look, Bitunix, like tuna fish. Smell your finger. Okay, I never told you a story about the time I want to stick my finger in an icy mountain. I was with this Chinese girl. I was a young girl. I was 19. Little did I know. Right? It was the last time I ever in my life banged a Chinese girl. I've had other Asians. They're going to buy the dip. There are other flavors of Asia. Oh, if we keep going, that's called a thunderclap. Hold on. Oh, this is so happening so fast. I want to go on cross leverage. I'm not going to fall for that unless it goes below 500. Then I'll go back in her. So I'm driving home on the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel after a successful night of cocktails and banging in Hoboken, New Jersey. Shout out if you know. Banged a lot of girls in Hoboken, but this one Asian girl, she always stood out because of my finger. Yeah, okay? Stank finger story. I'm going to tell you a story. Oh, it's going to keep going down. If we get to the 500s, now here, this is what you got to learn. This can deceive you. We broke a whole number of 77,000. Rarely do we go straight down and break two whole numbers of 77,000. So I must wait here and stick to my plan as I tell you the story of the Asian stank finger. So we're going to go from isolated, and this fits in with the whole theme of what I'm going to tell you in the stank finger. Okay, we're going to go to cross leverage. We're going to increase our risk, but also increase our protection. Instead of getting an isolated, fixed amount liquidation number, we're going to have it be fluctuating, like it's controlled by AI. Okay, our liquidation point will move. It'll use the balance of our wallet. So this gets tricky. So let's say you got a $2,000 balance like this. Well, if you start with a small amount, I can't do it yet. I will not go in before the whole number. 77, I know they're going to buy over the whole number. Right? So if I only put $500, I'm going to have a far away liquidation price, even at a whopping 95x. Yes, confirm it. Stank finger. So while we wait for them to buy the dip, and then I'm going to add to the trade, I want to show you how cross works, cross leverage. So cross leverage allows you to use higher leverage than normal, like 95x. If you went 95x on isolated, your buffer would be so tight. You see, it's not the speed. It's the difference between you, the distance between you and liquidation. Doesn't matter if you're 50x or 95x. It's that gap. So the higher the leverage, the closer the gap. Cross leverage moves the gap with you. It does everything in its power not to liquidate you. That's the pro. The downside is that it can use your entire wallet. So it could almost wipe out your entire wallet but save you from liquidation. I can show you an example of cross leverage in action and how it saved me one time. I was down 144% on an Ethereum 95x trade long. That's what made me want to make this video. I found this screenshot, two of them. Not only did I win the trade, did cross leverage adjust and help me survive, but emotionally I was equipped. Most people can't handle being down 144% or maybe like $8,000 or $5,000. They think they're going to get liquidated. The trade not only won, but it was up 144%. Not only did they not get a penny from me after trying to take $4,800 from me, tempting me to hit the button out of fear, but I took everything from them. Should I show it to you? Okay, I will. So while we wait for them to buy the dip, let's put in the order. Let's do limit order, right? It's 77,000. We don't know if it's going to go to 77,000, but we want to try to do the trade properly. I keep typing in 70,000. What if that's an omen? And don't worry, I'm going to get back to the stank finger story. So I'm going to start with 500 so we see how big the gap is between us and liquidation. We should hear it fire off. Let me show you what happened to me one time. I made a thumbnail so I don't forget to finish telling you the story of Goldfinger, Stank Finger. So check this out. I'm down. I'm deep down. Hold on. No, wrong one. Don't cheat. This one. I'm down $4,800. At this point, I consider the money lost. This was an Ethereum long on cross leverage. Look, this is what made me think of making this video. We now eschew cross leverage. We eschew it. Puh. But it has a choose case. So I entered at 3,837. Don't you wish ETH was that much again? And I was down. And then, don't forget my finger, Unchained. Do you know? Leverage trading is never the same. If you're in my Discord, you learn how to stop screen staring. Like men who stare at goats. Where are we? Hold on. Stock market. I had a lot of things going on at once. Look, they're almost ready to step on my, what? My gold finger. Hold on. Let's get rid of this one. This trade that I was down. They did it. They stepped on the gold finger. Hold on. Let me show you what happened here. I was down in the same trade. You're not going to believe it. Not only did I not lose, right? Look, 95x cross leverage. You can't fake this. The same entry. I fell asleep. It only goes up and down. This doesn't even look fucking real. How could that be? Cross leverage. Stank finger. They bought the bomb. So now let me show you how it works. Look how far away my liquidation is. Because I only have $500 in the trade. But my whole wallet is in there. The liquidation will move. So I'm 3,000 away. If I add to a loser, here, I take away some of my ammo. So let's say I want to add a little. Hold on, right there. Let's say I want to add 500 more. Okay, now I have 1,200 in reserve, which is being used to protect me. Right now it says my liquidation is 78,826. That means they need to go all the way back to 78,000. And then another almost to 78,000. Could it happen? Yeah. But this is cross leverage. So I'll tell you the story. Look, my balance is moving. Can you see? Everything's moving. This is high speed ruckus work. Look. Gold finger. Hold on, let me get my thumbnail out. This one. All right, so I'll tell you. Young Oracle bags this hot Chinese girl back in the day. So I'm driving home in the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. That's what it was. From Hoboken, New Jersey. And you know, if I could have smelled my unit, I would have died. Because I couldn't get the stench off my hand. The skunk. It was the skunk. My hand smelled so bad. I'm hanging it out the window in the battery tunnel. I didn't even want my hand. My own hand. That's the story. And ever since then, I've been traumatized. It's not like a thing against Asians. I've had wonderful relationships with the Korean girls. You know what the best fusion mix is? An Italian-Japanese girl. You mix those two together, you get a wide-eyed beauty. A wide-eyed beauty. But that's the story. And ever since then, I never forget the stank finger. It's horrible. So I always look at the Chinese girls differently now. And never, oof. It almost like, if you want to like simulate this, your own experiment, you have to order Chinese takeout, okay? You got to leave it in your garbage pail over the weekend. Let's get back to the trading. There are links below, but I just wanted to really teach you the difference between cross leverage and, hold on, let me zoom this down. So now you understand. If I add to my trade, it takes away, look, if I put, let's say another $200 here. Right? Watch my liquidation. 78,823. Now it's 78,404. I'm closer to liquidation, but I'm moving fast. The speed of 95x. This is a moving target. This is the Bit2Next exchange. Now, here's the speedometer. Right here, look on the right here. I'm only using 18% of my available margin. Now, this little speedometer goes from green to yellow. When you're really, really down, like that time I was down 144%, it was redlining. It was redlining. And it could wipe out everything. Do I got any free bonus money here? Learn more. Tell me more. What do you got? Futures, bonuses? I like this. Okay. You know they got stocks over here at the tuna fish? Look. Hold on. You come over here, right? And you go to TradeFi, the stock market. All kinds of stocks right here. Tesla, all you could leverage. MSTR, Intel, Amazon. These you got to use low leverage. These will mess you up. You only want to do 2 or 3x. So now this cross leverage trade, as long as it has reserve money here, I could leave this till we drop to 75,000. It could get liquidated. You could lose your whole wallet. Okay, but it's a different way. So the controls on Bit2Next is here: cross or isolated. It's the only time you'll ever see me go 95x. And it feels like a Friday, yet it's only a Thursday. 77K is weak. We waited like the good students of the Oracle. We let them buy the dip, and we waited, and then we dropped the cross leverage on them. How is it going to turn out? I don't know, but I got to go to the gym right now, and I got to wrap this up. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of how to cross leverage trade explained, the Stank Finger edition. Subscribe. Follow me on Rumble if you can find me. And other than that, I think have a nice day. Boom. The Stank Finger. Let's wrap it up. That was such an epic lesson. I love it. Uh-oh, the whole number's breaking again. I was going to leave, but I'll pause it and show you a win. Why not, right? Stank Finger. So we have about half in the trade and half in reserve. I think there's only like $2,000 here. Yeah. At 95x, running along, we waited till over the whole number. I told you they would buy the dip and we would stand at the top and wait for it to fall. You want to get into a profit zone of like 20-30%. This way it actually adds to your wallet. Okay, instead of takes from your wallet, because there are fees and stuff involved. Ooh, can't do that. So you want it to run to like 20 or 30%. I'm actually going to leave it for a little while, and I'll come back and see how it does. There you go. The whole number is smashed, and now we're printing money at the speed of light. 10:15 a.m. They dropped under the whole number. Let her rip. And so you want to get into that zone of like 20 to 30%. There you go. So for the little guy average trade, this is how it works. That's cross leverage. And then you hit the flash close button. But you know, I'm going to let it cook for a while. This is perfect for a Stank Finger episode. Kim.com shows you that you could still be fat and get laid. Epic. This has been the Stank Finger episode of the whole number game. Everybody have a nice day. Boom.